Okay, let's talk skincare. We're going to cut through all that confusing marketing hype and get right to the core of what really truly works for your skin. We're going to build a super simple, powerful framework that makes sense of it all. You know that feeling, right? You walk into a skincare aisle and you're just bombarded with these words. It feels like you need a chemistry degree just to buy a moisturizer. If you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by it all, trust me, you are not alone. But what if I told you there was a way to organize all this information with one simple, intuitive idea? A concept that could guide literally every decision you make about your skin. That idea is the skincare pyramid. It's a simple framework that prioritizes what's most important, and we're going to build it together step by step right now. So at the very peak of the pyramid, we have target and treat. Think of these as your specialist ingredients, the powerful problem solvers you call in for a specific job. Supporting that peak is the middle layer, cleanse and moisturize. These are the fundamentals, right? The essential steps you take every single day to keep your skin happy and healthy. And holding it all up, the most important part of the whole thing is the base. Protect and maintain. This is the foundation of everything. Seriously, without a strong base, the rest of the pyramid just crumbles. So naturally, that's where we're going to start. Okay, let's dive into this base layer. This part is all about your skin's first line of defense. And these aren't optional extras. They are your daily absolute non-negotiables. The most fundamental part of this defense system is your skin barrier. Think of it like a security guard for your skin. Its job is to keep the good stuff, like moisture, locked in, and keep the bad stuff, like pollution and irritants, locked out. A great way to visualize this barrier is to think of a brick and mortar wall. The bricks, those are your skin cells. But the mortar is what really holds it all together, and that's made of natural fats or lipids that seal all the gaps between those cells. And the most important of these lipids are ceramides. They are the crucial mortar that keeps your skin's walls strong and hydrated. When your ceramide levels get low, that wall starts to get leaky, and that's when you run into issues like dryness and irritation. The second non-negotiable at the base of our pyramid is protecting that barrier from its biggest enemy, the sun. And I mean daily sun protection. This is not just for the beach. It is the single most effective thing you can do to prevent the visible signs of aging, period. So how do we measure that protection? With SPF. All it really means is how much longer it would take for the sun's UV rays to burn your skin compared to if you had no protection on at all. So yeah, a higher number means better protection. It's that simple. All right, moving up the pyramid. Now that we have our protective base totally solid, we can focus on the daily fundamentals that support it, cleansing and moisturizing. So there's this brilliant technique that comes from Japan and Korea called double cleansing. The logic behind it is super simple, like dissolves like. You use two different types of cleansers to remove two different types of impurities, which gives you a really deep clean without stripping your skin of its natural oils. Here's how it works. First, you massage an oil-based cleanser onto dry skin. This is key. It lets the oil grab onto and dissolve all the other oil-based stuff on your face, like makeup and sunscreen. Then you follow up with a water-based cleanser to wash away everything else, like sweat and dirt. Two simple steps for a much, much more effective cleanse. And now we've arrived at the peak of the pyramid. This is where things get really personalized and fun. These are the ingredients you choose to target your unique skin concerns, whether that's acne, fine lines, or hyperpigmentation. These targeted ingredients are known as actives, and they really are the workhorses of a formula. See, unlike ingredients that just make a product feel nice or keep it from spoiling, actives are the components that are biologically proven to create a specific change in your skin. They're the ones doing the heavy lifting. A great example of actives are exfoliating acids. You have AHAs, like glycolic acid, which work on the skin's surface to tackle things like dullness and uneven texture. BHAs, on the other hand, are oil-soluble. That means they can get deep inside your pores to clear out all the gunk, which makes them absolutely perfect for oily or acne-prone skin. Then you have the absolute gold standard of active ingredients, retinoids. We're talking decades of research here. These vitamin A derivatives are superstars at speeding up cell turnover, which helps with just about everything, from fine lines and wrinkles all the way to acne. Of course, there are plenty of other popular actives. For example, vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant that's amazing for brightening your skin. Hyaluronic acid is like a moisture magnet that hydrates and plumps. Niacinamide is a fantastic soother that also supports your skin barrier. And peptides are little protein fragments that help with firmness. So now we have our pyramid, but how do we actually use it? Well, the key is to remember that this is a flexible blueprint, not a rigid set of rules, because your skin's needs can and absolutely will change. For instance, research shows that hormonal fluctuations can have a huge impact on our skin. One study even found that irregular cycles are linked to a significant increase in skin sensitivity. The point is, your skin isn't the same every day, so your routine shouldn't be either. And this is where the pyramid becomes so incredibly useful. You can use it to make smart choices based on your skin's current needs. If your skin is oily, you might choose a lightweight gel cleanser for that core level. If it's feeling dry and sensitive, you might opt for a gentle, creamy one instead. You adapt the blueprint to you. So, by focusing first on protecting your barrier, then on the daily fundamentals of cleansing and moisturizing, and finally adding in those targeted treatments, you can create a routine that's both effective and sustainable. You have the blueprint now. The only question left is, what will you build?